here we go. We're going to come to the top of the mat. So I'm going to face this way so you can see. And if you're new to yoga, I'm going to break things down a little bit. But generally, I move through it slowly, but in a fluid way. So we're going to start in mountain pose, which is with the feet parallel, hip width apart, the ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, all in one line. The ears right over the shoulders, gently pulling the belly in. I'm just starting to, nice strong mountain pose, pressing into all four corners of the feet. Just starting in our good alignment. So from here, we're going to inhale the arms all the way up. Take it into a little beady back bend. So just lift the chest, arching back a little bit. Usually in the morning I'm pretty stiff, so I can't go very far on the first one. And then swan dive, bring the hands just onto the shins. So I come into a flat back position. I don't round, I stay in a flat back, pull the belly in, press the feet into the floor, nice long spine. Inhale, exhale, inhale. And then I bend my knees, taking the feet back into a modified plank. So one leg can go back, the other leg goes back, and I bend my knees. So I bring my knees to the floor, but my shoulders are right over my wrists. Pull the belly in, inhale, slowly lower down, bending the elbows, coming down to the mat. So I'm now on my belly, hands under the shoulders, stretch the legs out behind you. And then from here, I do 3 baby cobras. So inhale, lift head, neck, and shoulders off the floor, not coming up high, certainly not for the first couple ones. Exhale down. Inhale, lifting up, head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale down, one more. Inhale, slowly coming up. Exhale down. And then I bend my knees, coming to tabletop position. You can stay here, or you can curl the toes, coming into a bent knee, downward facing dog. So I keep my knees soft, but I stretch my hips up, lengthening the spine, and maybe pedaling out the feet a little bit, stretching out the back of the legs. Breathe in here. Good. And then from here, bending the knees, stepping forward with the left foot. So bringing the left foot forward, just taking the right knee down to the floor, stretching the hips here. This is a little bit of a hip flexor. Sometimes I bring my hands up onto my thighs, so coming into a low lunge. So you can just stay here and breathe. Making sure the knee is right over the ankle. And again, it's morning, so I don't push it. I'm just opening up the body. One more breath. And then bringing the hands to the floor, stretching the back knee, bringing the right foot forward, coming back into that flat back position, so avoiding the rounding. Hands onto the shins, pressing into the feet. Inhale, bringing the arms down, around, and up again. Little bit of a back bend again, hips move forward. And then exhale, hands coming down in front of the heart, maybe bringing them to prayer position. Good. And let's do that again. So inhale, the hands down, around, and up. Lifting the chest, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, just bringing the hands to the shins. Taking a few breaths here, lengthening the spine. Head is looking down. And breathe. And breathe. Then bending the knees, you can step back with the right leg first this time, then the left leg, bringing the knees to the floor again, pull the belly in, shoulders right over the wrists, lowering slowly down. So this does also strengthen the upper body, stretch the legs out behind you. Again, 3 cobras, moving at your own pace, inhaling as you come up, exhaling as you go down. Let's do 2 more. Maybe as you go, you find that you're opening up a little bit, finding a little bit more space, but don't push it. Coming up, going down. Good, and then again, coming through tabletop position, so pressing the hands into the floor, curling the toes if downward dog is available to you, lifting the hips, coming back into downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet, a little bit more space happening maybe, and then bending the knees, this time stepping forward with the right foot coming into a low lunge. Back knee immediately comes to the floor. You can stay here with the spine long, or you can bring the hands up onto the right thigh. Again, now stretching the other hip flexor, keeping the hips nice and square, keeping the belly pulled in, supporting the lower back. And stay for another 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Exhale, and bringing the hands to the floor, stretching the back leg, stepping forward with that left foot, inhaling back into that flat back, pressing the feet down into the floor, inhale, coming back up, sweeping the arms up, another little back bend, exhale, bringing hands to the heart center. Good, I'm going to do that 2 more times. Maybe a little faster, sometimes I go faster, sometimes I go slower, depends on how I feel for the day. So let's continue. Inhaling the arms up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, hands to the shins. 1 breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, bend the knees, step back with the left leg. So again, we can come into a low lunge here. You can pause here, stretching the hips, or you can just immediately bring that left knee down. Take the right leg back, coming into that modified plank position. Inhale, exhale, lower all the way down. Stretching the legs behind you. 3 cobras. Inhaling, peeling yourself off the floor. Exhale down. So keeping the pelvis into the floor, just slowly lengthening the spine as you come up and lengthening as you go down. Let's do 1 more cobra. And then on your exhale, press back through down, through tabletop to downward facing dog. Your choice. You can stay in tabletop. Maybe you're starting to be able to straighten the knees a little bit more, pressing the heels down, pulling the belly in. If not, just keep the knees soft. Inhale, stepping the left foot forward again, coming into that low lunge position, right knee on the floor. Hands come up to the thighs and breathe here. You can inhale the arms up, just lifting the chest. Maybe again a little bit of a back bend. You don't have to. On your exhale, bring the hands down, stretch that back knee, stepping forward, inhale, flat back, and breathe, exhale. On your inhale, sweeping the arms down, around, and up. Again, little back bend here, hands together in front of the heart. And breathe. 1 last time. Inhaling, hands down, around and up. Little back bend. Exhale, hands to shins. Inhale here. On your exhale, step back with the right foot now, coming through that low lunge position. Knee to the floor. Step back with the left foot, coming into modified plank. Pull the belly in, inhale, lowering all the way down. Stretch the legs out, 3 cobras again. Inhale, maybe you're coming up a little higher, maybe not, doesn't really matter. But if you find that you can come up a little higher, feel free. Maybe you slow it down or speed it up. But just keep it moving with the breath. After 3, again, pressing down into the floor, the hands coming through tabletop, curling the toes, lifting the hips, coming into downward facing dog. And I generally stay 5 breaths in my last downward dog. Sometimes I stay 3, sometimes I stay 1. Your choice. Down dog stretches the whole body. We can stay 2 more breaths, so you can keep the knees bent or you can straighten the knees, reaching the torso back towards your thighs, lifting the hips, just looking through your feet. 1 more breath. Then looking forward, bending the knees, stepping forward with the right foot, bringing the left knee to the floor. Again, coming up, bringing the hands onto the thighs, inhaling the arms up. And then by this time, I can usually allow my hips to go a little closer to the floor. Sometimes I walk my foot out because my hips are feeling a little bit more open. 1 more breath. Sometimes I hold this a little longer or shorter depending on my time and my energy. On my exhale, bring the hands down, curl the back toes, stretch that back foot, step forward, coming back into that flat back position. Long spine. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Press into the feet, coming back up. Inhale the arms down, around, and up. Again, last little back bend here. And then bring the hands down into prayer pose. And pause. And just close the eyes and just observe how you're feeling. Just honoring yourself for doing some yoga, for taking care of yourself. Setting your attention for the day. How do you want to show up for yourself? Just spend 1 more breath here. And you're done. That usually takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, depending on how long I stay in each pose. And I usually feel pretty good after I do that.